Happy early Valentines, everyone. As you know, my two favorite manga genres are romance and slice of life, and there's definitely no shortage of that today. This haul will mainly consist of a few pre-orders and continuations of manga series that I already own, so if you see my past haul, you'll be familiar with what I have here. The first of many romance pickups this month is volume 12 of the Quintessential Quintuplets, where a high school boy needs to tutor 5 identical girls who slowly fall in love with him as he gets more and more involved in their troubled lives. There's only 2 more volumes until this is completed, and there's a large consensus online that the ending falls flat, and personally I've read this online and I don't think the ending was as bad as everyone made it out to be, and it is still definitely worth to get it because most of the previous arcs are very good. The series also has 2 seasons of anime adaptation, with season 2 currently airing. They do a decent job of adapting the source material, but of course there are things that have to be cut out, so reading the manga definitely gives you a better experience of the story, but the anime's art and voice acting are definitely good, so it's an enjoyable watch. If you're looking for a new romance series during this Valentine season, Quintessential Quintuplets is my first recommendation of this video. Next, I picked up volume 18 of Love is War. It easily still stands as my favorite romance series in my collection and one of my favorite romance anime series of all time. Love is War is a romance series that not only has great characters, but also has actual romance progression. There's no interrupted confession or filler chapters that tease the romance. No, the author does an outstanding job of moving the plot. There's 2 really good anime adaptations of Love is War that cover the first 10 volumes of the manga that I would highly recommend you watching if you're at all interested in this series. If you're looking for a new romance series during this Valentine season, in my opinion, Love is War should be at the top of your list. Next is volume 6 of A Tropical Fish Yearns for Snow, a really sweet Yuri story about 2 girls who were both alone before they met each other at the school's aquarium club. I just finished reading volume 6 and I'm glad the story is starting to reach the peak of the drama of the arc, and I'm really excited to see what happens next. This is a very slow burn manga, so if you want to try to get into a slower paced Yuri manga, A Tropical Fish Yearns for Snow is a wonderful read. Chainsaw Man is one of the more popular shonen manga currently publishing, and for very good reason, because this manga is extremely fun to read. I just got the 3rd volume and the action and the story just keeps on getting better and better. The story is very simple. A boy gets the power of the Chainsaw Devil and begins to work to eliminate other hostile devils. Every character in this manga is easily lovable, and the gruesome action art makes every page worth looking at twice over. With the anime adaptation confirmed to be in production, now is a great time to pick up Chainsaw Man. Next, I got the 4th volume of the very creepy manga Blood on the Tracks. I don't read a lot of horror manga, but this manga is almost addicting to read. The story is about a mother who's extremely overprotective of her son to the point where she controls his entire life, gaslighting him into thinking that her actions are completely normal. The art is really fantastic, and there are some pages here that will just make my skin crawl. You honestly never know what's going to happen next in this because the author throws so many curveballs that predicting the story is like finding a needle in a haystack. If you want to try an unpredictable human thriller, check out Blood on the Tracks. Next, I got the 14th volume of We Never Learn, which is a harem romance series that I've been really enjoying. It has a very similar premise to the Quintessential Quintuplets, but leans more into the comedy side of the romantic comedy and uses a lot more tropes that can be seen in other popular romance manga. As a result, many of the chapters will use similar plot devices, making the manga seem very predictable. But there are a number of serious arcs that revolve around the main character and the individual girls that add well-needed character development and create some of the best moments in the manga. There are 2 fully released anime adaptations of We Never Learn, but the anime actually has an anime original ending, so it doesn't fully adapt all the chapters of the manga. I would recommend watching the anime if you want to get a feel for the series, and if you're interested, definitely check out the manga. Next, I picked up the one and only volume of I Wish I Could Say Thank You, a short story about how the author lost her mother to cancer. The author tells the experience in a more whimsical way instead of making it a grim tale. The art style isn't spectacular, but it definitely gets the job done, and every chapter feels like a new journal entry during the time when she was losing her mother, telling the reader what happened during that day. I felt this was an okay manga to read, and I would recommend you read this online before picking up a physical copy. Also, why is this manga so big? It doesn't even fit most of my shelves on my Billy, and it's so much bigger than my larger size volume 2. Fortunately, it barely fits my biggest size shelf, and I might actually sell this series because I didn't love it and it kind of looks weird on my shelf for how big it is. The last series I bought is volumes 5 to 10 of the light novel Soma Spider, So What. This is easily one of my favorite isekai or resurrection stories where the main character turns into a spider and is forced to fight for survival. I love the main character and how she earns every victory in battle by outsmarting her opponents instead of just being straight up overpowered. There is an anime adaptation that is currently airing, and I would only recommend you watch that after you read the original light novels, otherwise I don't think you'd like it that much. The pacing is really fast, which hurts the story because the slower pace Slice of the Light novels works since you're fully engaged in how much she struggles being a spider and how difficult every fight is to her. Please pick up the first volume, I guarantee you won't regret it. That's it for this month's haul, guys. It's still early in the month, so please expect a very small manga haul coming later in the month. As always, if there's anything else you want me to make, please leave a suggestion down below. That's it for today's video. Bye!